to me, it's so exciting to watch them now. Before it was like powder puff, and we had a few girls racing, and then most of the time they were mixed with guys, which I'll talk to you about. But how do you feel about today's women's pro? And they're almost glamorized now too, with the way their uniforms are fitting. Not to sound sexual or anything like that,
right.
but they're very beautiful and fast and athletic, and it's just like this whole new thing. How do you feel about that, or do you agree with me on that?
100%. I think it's amazing where women BMXers have come. Being able to, the international riders, like you said, the glamorized. At 53 years old, I totally look up to Saya and to Elise and everybody. And like you said, their training regimen, and it's amazing. They're fast, and their skill level is just insane. Watching them at the Olympics over these ginormous jumps, or on their world's travels right now that they're doing, watching them sky triples like, Cheeseburger does.
Right.
And then, I think that the sport's done a great job of making women racers, be the women racers, like be women, but at the same time, their level's just off the charts. I absolutely look up to and idolize every single one of those young ladies.
Yeah, I think I started noticing more around 2008 when the Olympics was really kicked in. And I was like, golly, who are all these gals? And you got Mariana Pajón and Elise Willoughby and Caroline Buchanan, all these super athletic women. And they're very feminine at the same time. And they're just super athletic, and they're just beautiful to look at and watch race. It's just nuts. Like, I'm telling you, as soon as the women get on the gate, I'm like, oh, let's see how Elise does, or let me see how they're doing. And I'm just really impressed by it.
On there, like, so much. And even John Salami said that, because he raced Dirtyfest this year, and he didn't get any of his interviews in, anything that he had planned and set out to do, because he was so, like you said, he was so focused on the race, and then he was so focused on winning that race, that he totally just kind of blew off everything else, and it happened so fast.
Right.
That, you either have to be.
When he crashed, I feel sorry for him. He looked dejected, man. Like, oh man, he actually trained. He was actually prepared, right? He didn't just show up on a bike. I mean, he went there to win. And I was like, oh, bro, dude, I'm sorry, man. He had a pretty nasty crash.
Well, you go on sensory overload when you go to these events, because I knew when I got there, I've got to get at least 40 minutes of footage. That was like my goal, so I can create my YouTube video. And it's hard, because Kevin and I were talking about, should we do interviews? Should we just hang out? And there was just no way. It was just too much happening, and we were running around. I was filming races, filming the bike show, and I was getting photos of riders, and there was just no way. I didn't have time to really do anything with Kevin, and I felt bad. I'm like, man, we talked to so many people. I should have filmed it. And there was like, Ronnie Anderson was saying some crazy things, and I go, oh my God, I probably shouldn't have filmed that, even if I. And then we talked to Brian Gass, we talked to Dale Holmes. All these guys were just chatting, and I was thinking to myself, oh my God, Kevin, I could have made you such a killer video just for his channel, because Kevin's the interview guy, and I was like, oh man, I should have put it together, but. I was starstruck too. On top of that, I'm like, oh
my God, totally. Yeah. And it's almost like you have to have like your phone or have a video camera on the entire time you're walking around and talking, because you get in those conversations with people, especially you guys being, your podcast and interviews. Like you just have to have it on. Like even with Salami, he was sitting there talking to like TC, or he was sitting there talking to John Kerr, and like I probably should have just turned my phone on and just started recording, just. Candid camera, and then sent him the footage later, and he could have done what he wanted with it. But for you guys, it's almost like you just need to have a film crew with you. Like, Lance Simpson did that. He had his film crew with him, and they just walked around talking to everybody and filming everybody. So maybe next year you guys just kind of get a video guy to just follow you around and just have those candid conversations, and then make it.
Yeah. The problem with that, I mean, I feel weird because we're nobodies, right, Danny?
Yeah, we're factory intermediate.
Man. I see Dale Holmes, BMX Weekly. I get that. He has a camera going around. But, Danny and I walk around going, hey, what the hell are you?
Yeah, but I would, it might be somebody says like, oh yeah, that Kevin Wilson guy. And they're like, oh, who's that? And then you go the podcast, the BMX
The guy with
podcast.
the big head. The guy with the huge head.
That tall guy, that big guy.
Hey, Holly, we look ridiculous together because Kevin's so big and I'm short in stature. So it's like, we just look nuts.
Holly, I never even met Danny until Dirtyfest. That's hilarious.
Dirty this year?
Yeah, we had talked. We knew each other because we'd done videos and we've talked on the phone a lot, and we collaborated everything with never even meeting face to face. Yeah, so it was like when I got to his house and I saw Kevin drive by, I was waiting in front of his house. I'm like, oh, there's Kevin. I was actually filming for my own channel, and it didn't feel weird because I had talked to him so many times, but it was strange when I saw how big of a man he was. I'm like, holy crap, well, you're so huge.
I never even see Danny without his hat on.
Yeah, I took my hat off in his house, and he goes, I've never seen you without a hat. I'm like, there's not much to see, dude. Most of the hair is gone.
That's crazy.
Getting off the plane, you go through that little tunnel that takes you to the airport, and I remember the heat, man, when you walked off the plane. It literally, I know, Kevin, you've probably been to Arizona, but it literally felt like I stepped into an oven. I was like, oh my God.
I couldn't imagine racing in Arizona. No way.
No way, man.
It's rough.
Yeah, because what's the hottest you've ever experienced out there, Holly, as far as weather-wise?
Oh, I was here when it was 121.
Oh,
yeah, and it was, what was that, Keith? Like 19. When was it 121?
When I went to 2003, they hit 122.
2003, it hit 122.
122, dude. Your eyes would dry out if you went outside. I don't even understand I can't even comprehend that.
Yeah, it's like, it's just a couple weeks ago, we were up at 116, 113. It's 107 today. So it's brutal.
Wow.
When you're frying eggs on your patio or your driveway, it's a little rough.
Crazy. Danny, have you looked at the nomination list online for the Arizona Hall of Fame? There's some heavy hitters, bro. There's some guys that I didn't even know were from Arizona. There were some guys that are like, oh man, I don't know. A lot of the women didn't sound familiar, but the guys sure did. I don't know if you looked at the nomination list.
I got to check it out. I haven't seen that. And when you mentioned Holly got nominated, I was like, oh wow, because I kind of forget the state level Hall of Fames, and they're a big deal in such a competitive area like Arizona. So I can only imagine who's in there.
I would argue that it may be harder to get into a state Hall of Fame than it is the National Hall of Fame, because there's so many more people that you're going up against, right? To get in the National Hall of Fame, you got probably 3 or 4 people that you're fighting against. But in this state, man, there's like 25 dudes up for early racer.
Wow.
It seems like it's not a cakewalk, man. It seemed to me like it'd be just as hard, if not harder.
Yeah, I imagine so. That's one of the things I wanted to see, by the way, is that USA BMX Hall of Fame. It's kind of on my bucket list of things I want to go look at, because I've only seen it on, YouTube and stuff like that. And I'd really like to go around and just walk around and absorb that and just take a look at it. I don't know if it's worth the trip to Oklahoma.
Dude, if we went together, I would probably be done in about an hour, and I would be sitting outside waiting for you, and you'd be like 10 hours later, you'd still be walking around going, what's this? This. It would totally be hilarious, dude. I'd be like, okay, cool. All right, I'm done.
That's 100% correct, because Kevin's attention span is not. I could do a magazine for 40 minutes and do a video out of it, and Kevin would probably go, oh yeah, that's a pretty cool magazine. Anyway.
More like an hour and 40, dude. I don't think you've ever done a 40-minute magazine review.
It's tied up. Okay, Holly, what do you want to do?
BMX.
The complete book of BMX was written by who? I can give you a hint. The person was associated with BMX Action Magazine. So the complete book of BMX. It was a thick book, black cover, the complete book of BMX.
Bob Harrow.
Ooh, so close. Kevin.
Bob Osborne.
Bob Osborne.
That was my, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Kevin.
That was
with
my
the
second
steal.
guess. Yeah.
All right, Kevin, you got the steal, and it's your turn. It's 3-2. What do you want to do?
Pop culture.
Pop culture. Okay. The Carrington family was part of what nighttime soap opera series?
The
Carrington. The Carrington.
family.
Dallas.
That's a miss. What do you think, Holly?
Knots Landing.
Oh, another good guess. It was actually Dynasty. Yeah, all right. Okay, so we're moving back to Kevin. That was your question, right?
Yeah, Holly.
Okay, Holly.
BMX.
Going back to BMX. Okay, complete this product name. Are you ready? Blank Factory Pilot.
Flight.
Oh, that's a miss, Kevin. What do you think?
Oakley Factory Pilot.
Oakley.
Factory Pilot. All right, good one, good one.
I can see it in their ad now, yeah.
Sorry. All right, Kevin, good show, man. We did that.
That was fun, man. Really fun.
Yeah, very engaging. She's so fun to talk to, and I think that's going to make for a great show.
You know, we didn't have a lot of talking over each other too. It was clean.
Very clean, yeah.
Right?
Very clean. Yeah.
You know, and other than me freezing up a couple of times, I think it was a pretty good show. But want to thank you, Rich, for stopping by. And you know what, Danny, for those out there, Danny does not just do this podcast with me. Danny has his own thing going. Danny, why don't you tell the people out there what you do that's much more interesting than what we do here?
I wouldn't say it's more interesting, but I got Danny Pena BMX Racing on YouTube. I do BMX Magazine reviews, BMX race reviews, live events, and things like that. I love talking about BMX in general. Please come watch, like, and subscribe. Kevin, I'm at 920. I'm almost to 1,000, man.
Nice.
I'm getting there slowly, and that's it.
Very good. Very good.